LwCad 5. In this video, I will briefly show you new important changes in the latest version. The biggest and most important change is we have finally NURBS surfaces in Lightwave. So you can model, edit and render NURBS objects in Lightwave. We have new automatic installer for LwCad for Windows and for Macintosh. You just run installer now, agree with license and install into Lightwave, which you want. And it is done. When you run modeler, everything is automatically installed. You have menu branches, plugins, presets, even preset path is automatically set. You just need to activate if it's not done before. Next new thing in LwCad is new multi-language system. So by default LwCad is English, but when you change language in Hub, you have to open Hub and switch language to German, French, Italian or Japanese. These 5 or 4 are translated also for LwCad. So let's say I will switch to German. Now you have to restart modeler. And all menu items and numeric panels are translated into German. Next update is a new LwCad manual. We are using Google Sites system, so it is live document online. All manual is written very briefly. We prefer to use very little text and explain things rather with pictures and videos with comments. If you have any problem to understand some part of LwCad, please use web support and then we will be updating this manual depend on these questions from users. Next, Smart Mesh. Smart Mesh is a unified system of NURBS surfaces and polygons. And this system is based on NURBS curves. So in LwCad 5 we have regular NURBS polylines or lines, NURBS curve segments, now also closed NURBS segments, and based on these NURBS curves we can create also flat NURBS surfaces which can have holes and regular curved NURBS surfaces. And NURBS surfaces, flat and curved version together with polygons are forming unified geometrical system which we call Smart Mesh. More information about the Smart Mesh, please watch this specific video for this. The rest of the future I will go in order through the LwCad tabs, each two by each. I will show you only significant changes. Snap panel. Snapping in LwCad 5 is updated to work with new smart meshed object, so it can snap to NURBS curves, same as previous version, and also on NURBS surfaces, flat version and curved version. So all snapping modes works perfectly well on NURBS objects. Couple changes, important changes was done with roller snap. Roller snap is now working not just on line segments but also on curved segments, so you can precisely divide NURBS curve with this roller snapping, or absolute mode. Here you can snap NURBS curve is exactly 1.3 meter length. This was disabled or not enabled in previous version. And also UCS grid snap was a little bit updated. It now works much better than previous version because you can see highlighted grid points of the row and column of the grid snap, and it works much better with existing snapping modes. So when you snap to existing geometry, it calculates intersection of grid row or column line with geometry snap, or for example with angle snap, it also calculates intersection of the grid row or grid column line with constraint line of angle snap. It is much more user-friendly than it worked before. LwCad options panel. In this panel we have only one new option, NURBS divisions. This value defines how NURBS surfaces are divided, so bigger value you have much smoother NURBS objects. This parameter is valid also for rendering in layout and also for display viewing in a modeler viewport. The point tool. Point tool is updated to work with NURBS surfaces. Now it is pretty handy tool for dividing NURBS surfaces because you just add point on the NURBS surface edge on the object, and on this place the NURBS surfaces are divided. On curves works same as previously. Only difference is that now NURBS curves are divided much smarter way than previous version, because when you cut new curve version 2, it is modified only locally here for control points around the cut, and rest of the curve is intact. In line tool we have a new spline mode. It works same as previously. You can create a line or polyline, curve with adjustable weights, and now new mode, spline mode. This is appreciated by designers who want to outline some model with curve, and this spline mode is very handy for this outlining of existing drafts. Next, polygonal primitives. Polygonal primitives work same as previous tools, but they have additional geometry type option here, so you can switch between polygons and NURBS object. So on the cylinder you can see in polygons mode the cylinder is created only from polygons. In a NURBS mode the cylinder is created from 4 NURBS surfaces and 2 flat NURBS surfaces. Polygonal booleans and UV mapping are available only in polygons mode. For NURBS mode we are planning to add booleans and UV mapping as soon as possible. We're working on it. Pipe tool works also with polygons and NURBS mode, and it has also new handle mode, which can be point or all. When it's set to all, you can change radius through numeric panel for all handles at once. Convert tools are also updated to work with NURBS surfaces. We can convert NURBS curves, which are lying in a flat plane, into flat NURBS surface very easily with curves to surface tool, with holes, without holes. It has also geometry type mode, so you can convert to polygons or NURBS. And from NURBS surfaces we can convert back into NURBS curves with surface to curves tool. So now this NURBS surface is converted back into curves. Quad to NURBS is tool for converting quad polygons or group of quad polygons into NURBS surface. So this group of quad polygons is converted into single NURBS surface. And with freeze NURBS tool we can convert NURBS surfaces into polygons. With NURBS division parameter we can control level of detail for conversion. Also working with flat NURBS surfaces, and we can also convert NURBS curves, segments, into polylines, again with freeze NURBS tool. Next useful new command is a length command. You need to select single or more curves in the scene, and after usage you can see the total length of selected curves in the viewport. In this case 7.7305 meters, this segment. This is very accurate calculation of length for curves. Next up, Cat5 modify. Here we have modify, magnet, clone and random tools. All of these tools are fully compatible with NURB surfaces. They work exactly same as in previous version, just they can edit also NURB surfaces. Drag and weight is specially updated tool. It is a very powerful tool now because you can drag all control points for curves, polygons and NURB surfaces. For curves and NURB surfaces, with holding Shift key you can adjust weight of the control point, and if you touch the segment, curve segment or NURB surface edge or polygon edge, you can drag also these elements. So for curve you can touch curve directly the segment and drag. Same for NURB surfaces, because the edges of NURB surfaces are in fact a NURBS curve, so it works same way. And for polygons you can touch polygon edges. So it is a very powerful tool now. You can do a lot of operations just with single tool. Next are edit tools. Edit tools are updated to completely work with NURB surfaces, new NURBS curves. Regular edit tools are not yet smart selection ready. You have to select with a light wave selection, but we will be updating this. Join explode commands works same ways as in previous version, but now you can use them also on NURB surfaces. So when you explode a NURBS curve, each segment is separated as a unconnected curve, and if you select them and join them back, you have again single curve. Same way it works on NURB surface objects. So when you select NURB surface object, explode, each NURB surface is separated. When you select these separated NURB surfaces and join them back with join command, you have again one solid object. New join command has also included some new autocorrection function, so it is automatically fixing problems in geometry. You can read all problems listed here in an online manual. So the join command is now also replacement for merge curves, merge points, merge polygons, for unify polygons, and you can use it as a replacement for fixing polygonal scratches, polygonal degenerated polygons. It also works way much better on a large network of curves. If you have a lot of curves unconnected and you want to join them, join will automatically recognize only branches and connect only these branches. So now curves are connected each into each separate branch. Next, divide and reduce tools. Both are working only with curves, polygons and flat NURB surfaces. With divide you can subdivide into smaller elements. You can set number of divisions, say 8. As you can see, these lines are divided also polygons are divided, and also flat surface edges on flat surface are divided. And when we use reduce tool on this divided object, reduce will eliminate all redundant points and surfaces and polygons from these objects. Next edit tool is a flip command. With flip command you can flip polygon and NURB surface normals. As you can see in viewport, when you use flip command on curve, you can see this orientation is going from left to right, and after flip, orientation is going from right to left. So flip on curves is changing orientation of curve. Next, smart edit tools. All these smart edit tools are working with new smart selection system, and they are fully compatible with curves, polygons, and new NURB surfaces. For additional information about smart selection, please watch this video, and you can find also additional information in online manual. And there is edge selection examples section where you can check some cases for edge selection and surface selection. Offset, round, loft, patch and profile are using edge selection, edge smart selection, and extrude is using surface smart selection. Offset tool. Offset tool is a replacement for previous offset tool for curves and a mass offset for polygons. This version of offset works also on NURB surfaces. So you can offset particular curve, double side, single side. You can select all with holding Ctrl key and offset all curves. Works also same on NURB surfaces. So let's say I will select this edge with holding Ctrl key, all edges selected, and offset directly on the surface, single side, double side. Extrude tool is a replacement for previous mass extrude tool. You can select surfaces, and with holding Shift key you can extrude. Very simple tool. You can select all with holding Ctrl key or deselect, select, and extrude. Next, round tool. This tool is a replacement for previous tools for rounding curves, fillet, chamfer, and blend, and it is also a replacement for previous mass round tool for polygons, and it also can round the NURB surfaces object. For rounding open curved edges, you need to select both edges, and now you can blend, fillet, or chamfer. You can also select all possible corners on curves with holding Ctrl key and click. All possible corners are selected, and with holding Shift key you can adjust the chamfer or fillet or blend. Same way it works also on surfaces. So you just select with Ctrl key this all edge loop, or hold Ctrl key, select, and now you can chamfer or fillet or blend. With smart selection you have a lot of possibilities how to select. With Ctrl key you can select all possible edges and fillet them. Offset, extrude, and round tool together with smart selection. These tools are very powerful. So I'll show you some quick example. Let's say extrude this. use offset holding control key, select all this, offset inside, now extrude down, use some rounds, let's say on this corner, use round on the bottom, again extrude up, offset top loop, now extrude, select edge loop with holding control key and extrude, now use reduce. As you can see, you can very quickly model the complex models which was impossible with LwCad or previous version of LwCad. Now one more operation, let's say I go around all these. Next, loft tool. In some other application it might be called a skinning tool. Loft tool is creating loft surface from curve segments. So you select curve segments and surface is created by passing through these segments. First and last selected segment can be polygon edge or surface edge, and in that case we have also additional handles for blending the loft surface to selected edges. So with holding shift key you can adjust both blending handles or each separately. We can create also closed surface with loft. Let's say on this example you need to select curves, and when you enable closed option in numeric panel you can create closed surface from these curves. Next, patch tool. With patch tool you can create flat NURB surface or curved NURB surface patch on open edges or curves. The show open edges parameter will help you to highlight the open edges on surfaces or open edges on polygons. Now with smart selection you can create, let's say, flat patch on this cylinder by clicking on open edges and flat patch is created. Or you can use control key, holding control key and click on open edge, and smart selection will select all open loop at once. Same way you can create NURBS patch, so just change flat to NURBS and you can use it here on this corner, and it is very nice reconstruction. And you can also use patch on curves, so just select connected curves and patch is created. It works also together mixed with open surface edges and curves, so you can reconstruct object from curves and open edges. And last smart edit tool is a profile. Profile is a replacement for previous profiler tool. You can select curves and create profile object on these curves with the help of shape library. It works exactly same as previous profiler tool, but you have some additional options here. So you can use smart selection to select all curves in the scene and create profile. You can switch between old legacy polygon mode. You can create also NURB surface objects. But the best advancement of a new profile tool is you can create profiles directly on objects, on surface objects. So with the help of smart selection I can select this loop of edges and profile it directly here on the object. There is no need to create curves and then profile curves. You can model profile directly on objects. Next updated tool is a extrude tool. This is different as extrude because you define the direction of extrude, and all curves, polygons and NURB surfaces are extruded. You can switch how extrusion is created with polygons or with NURB surfaces. And finally we are in ArcGIS tab. Here every tool from architecture tools is fully compatible with NURB surfaces. It snaps on NURB surfaces, and some of the tools also are created with NURB surfaces, such as this arc stair here. Front polygon is a NURB surface. In the shape library 3 we have two new export commands, instance data and instance lightwave object. These two commands helps you to port shape library instances into layout for rendering. Export instance data, this command will create text file where all instances will be listed with rotation, position and scale, and second command, export instance lightwave object, will take each shape library instance and create separate lightwave object for each unique shape library instance. Please watch this video tutorial how to use these two export commands. So this was a very brief overview of new features in LwCad 5. I hope you like the new direction we are going with LwCad, because we do. We created a new architecture for LwCad 5 which has enormous potential to grow. So you can expect a lot of updates very soon. So thank you for watching this video.